Hello, friends. Hopefully, we are live. If anybody wants to jump on and just let me know that they can see me and hear me, that would be amazing. Um, Everything looks good on my end. Okay, perfect. Good. Hi, Irene. Okay, so it is 1 minute past 9:30. I'm going to give people a little time to find us, to hop on in case anyone is out there just in Amazon Live world, browsing, looking for something to watch. They have a chance to find us. Hi, Kaylee. I'm so excited that you're back as well. I'm going to keep my iPad in front of me tonight. So if you see me kind of looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep up with chat a little bit better tonight. Last week I was traveling. I was not in my usual environment and the internet was a little bit spotty. So I wasn't really able to chat with you guys, which was really, really sad for me because that's a big part of what I enjoy about this every Wednesday night. So if you see me kind of looking down, typing, whatever, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so tonight we are going to talk about how to make toddler sleep fun. Which I'm really excited about because I have a toddler. My daughter Sophia is very new to toddlerhood. She's just 14 months old. So I'm kind of like in the midst of this right now, right? Like kind of establishing a toddler appropriate bedtime routine for her. Her bedtime has kind of shifted as she's, hit the 12-month mark. It's just kind of been a natural progression to she needs to go to bed a little bit later. She's not quite tired as early as she used to be when she was an infant. Just lots of different things. She's, going through teething. She's becoming really, really verbal, learning a lot of new words. She's walking, starting to kind of run and stuff now. So her little brain is just in a very different place than it was, even just a couple of months ago. So we're definitely entering new kind of bedtime and sleep territory. So I'm actually really, really excited to kind of chat with you all about toddler sleep routines and share these products that I'm just really excited about. And I think that you guys are going to love. We're actually going to talk about one of our best sellers tonight, which is this pillow right here. So let me just tell you a little story about the fun that is toddler bedtime right now. So my daughter, who's 14 months old, last night when we were going to sleep, she did not nap very well yesterday. She basically spent the first year of her life being just a cat napper. Literally, I was lucky if I would get like 30 or 45-minute naps out of her, and it used to stress me out so bad. But she has really transitioned in the last couple of months to sleeping really good, like 2-hour chunks in the afternoon. Now that she's transitioned to just one nap, she's a really great napper. But yesterday our schedule got a little off, so she didn't get her good nap in. And I think she was a bit overtired at bedtime. And so she had kind of gotten this second wind and this little pump of adrenaline. I don't know how else to describe it. But I was lying down next to her, just kind of rubbing her back because she does, still need a little bit of support to fall asleep at night. And she was quiet for, quite a while. And I thought it was time for me to like make my exit and sneak out. And then all of a sudden she turned over, she got in my face and she goes, bah, which is the sound that she makes for goat. She's like obsessed with making farm animal noises right now. I don't know where this came from. I don't know what little wires in her brain got crossed. It was like, I know what I should do right now. I should make a goat noise. But that's what happened. And then from there, it was just like another good half hour of her going through her Rolodex of farm animal noises, her naming the family members that she can name. She's very verbal for 14 months. She went through mama, dada, nan, bop. Those are her grandparents, my parents. What else? Just pulling out every word that she has learned here lately. And then she decided to sit up in bed and do like a somersault. And then she started giggling, and then I couldn't help myself. I started giggling because, I mean, just like, what a disaster, right? All you can do is laugh. We ended up getting through it. Eventually, she just kind of like wore herself out, and it was literally like someone just pulled her batteries out, and she just kind of like flopped back down onto her bed, and she was gone. And I was able to sneak out, and she didn't even notice. But you know, it was just really a lesson for me. Like, I'm someone that really, really needs structured routine. And I really felt like we had like nailed down her bedtime. It goes pretty quickly in the evenings. So I'm able to like, you know, quickly leave her room and kind of get my evening started. I do some dishes and then I just like get to relax and whatever. And you know, when she doesn't go down right away, it usually like really throws me off. But it was one of those moments where it's just like, you know, I couldn't help but laugh. It's something I'll probably remember forever. I'll probably like write it in her baby book because it was that hilarious to me. And just getting like those few extra moments with her, like some extra snuggles and some laughs, um, was actually like ended up being a really enjoyable part of my night last night. So something that we're going to talk about a little bit during this stream is just how to have realistic expectations for toddler sleep and for, you know, toddler bedtime, and how to just not let it, you know, control your life and stress you out. You know, that's been a really important lesson for me. So I don't know if you guys can relate to that at all. But yeah, so let me hop on here, see how everything is going. Hello, everyone. So glad you're joining us tonight. I will go ahead and get into the promotion and the giveaway that we have going on tonight. You guys know that we are always wanting to give you great deals. We're always trying to give you free stuff. So of course we do have a giveaway running. So let me actually talk about that first. And I will mention it a few more times in case we have some stragglers. There's some people who join us late, which is totally cool. So what we are giving away tonight is this toddler pillow right here. That's why I chose to display it first. And this pattern is called Kia 123. You can see that it has the numbers on it up to 20 with some really cute little animals. I'm a really big fan of kind of everything Kia Baby's aesthetic. I always think it's like the perfect mix of really stylish stuff for mom and dad, like their diaper bags and things like that, you know, mom and dad wear, their baby carriers, their wraps and that kind of stuff. And then really sweet, cute stuff that's fun for the babies and fun for the toddlers, right? So I just think that this is so adorable. And we do want to give away one of these to one of you tonight. So this is a thank you for tuning into our live stream, for hanging out with us. So here's what we need you to do in order to join the giveaway. You will need to make sure that you're following us here on Amazon Live. So you can just click follow here. And then really all you have to do is just introduce yourself in the chat tonight. So, you know, tell us your name. You can tell us where you're from. You know, you can tell us your favorite Kia Babies product. Just make your presence known. And we do have a Kia Babies team member who is on the stream with us tonight, who's going to be taking names. And then when we're about 10 minutes from the end of this stream, we will randomly select one of you guys from the chat. And I will verbally announce who that person is, and I will let you know what you need to do to claim your free Kia 123 toddler pillow. So that does mean that you're going to have to stick around until the end with us. But, you know, hopefully you guys love these hangout sessions as much as I do, and you were planning to hang around until the end anyway. So again, we will announce that winner about in the last 10 minutes or so. Trying to get better and better about keeping an eye on the time. And I think in the last couple of streams, I've been like really good about it. We haven't ended up getting all the way to the end with me forgetting that we need to announce the giveaway winner. And again, I'm going to be keeping my eye on chat. So if you guys see that we are coming up on that last 10 minutes mark and I have not mentioned it yet, just start saying, hey, Julia, we need a giveaway winner. Yes, just keep me on my P's and Q's. So that is the giveaway that we have going tonight. And then, as always, we always run a promotion as a thank you for you guys following us here on Amazon Live, tuning into these live streams, hanging out with us. That promotion tonight is 10% off of the sleep collection that we're going to be talking about tonight. So all of the items that I mentioned in this live stream are going to be eligible for that 10% off. So you don't have to wonder or worry about that. And everything will be browsable in the carousel below this video. So, as I'm talking about things, you can also be clicking through and just like following along, so you know what I'm talking about. You can see colors and patterns available and that kind of thing. So in order to take advantage of that 10% off, you will need to hit the claim button in the banner below this video, and that's going to send the discount just automatically to your cart. And then you will just need to, choose your items that you want, complete your transaction. And when you actually go and pay and close out, it will just automatically take that 10% off. So no entering a special code or anything like that. All you have to do is claim and then just shop. And because this is a thank you for tuning into the live stream, that deal will expire 1 hour after the end of this live stream video. So just make sure if you're hanging around to the end, because you kind of want to see us go through everything before you decide what you want. That's totally awesome. We love that. Just don't forget that within 1 hour after the end of this, you'll need to go ahead and complete your shopping and close out your cart to get the 10% off. And the only other housekeeping things I have before we start talking about the pillow is all the usual stuff. We would love for you to be following us here on Amazon Live. Not only will that make you eligible for the giveaway tonight to win this pillow, but you will get notified whenever we do these live streams. And we are always introducing new products. Anytime there's a new product launch, this is where I'm going to talk about it. So you guys kind of get to, keep your finger on the pulse a little bit of new things that Kia Babies is producing. That's very exciting. This is just fun. We're building like a really, really nice kind of Kia parents community here. We've got moms to be, we've got dads that hop on the chat and join us every week, dads to be. It's really great. And, I'm starting to recognize your Amazon usernames, and I know who tunes in week to week. I keep up as much as I can with the things that you guys share with us in the chat. So I know who's nursing a baby right now, just lots of fun stuff. I love hanging out with you guys. And I hope you feel the same way about hanging out with us. So, we would love to see you every week. And then you'll also get to take advantage of these promotions and these giveaways that we're doing. So please give us a follow here on Amazon Live. And in addition to that, you can find us on all of the major social media platforms, of course, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube, and especially on Instagram. If you are not following us over there, we just built a really great kind of Kia community over there as well. We're sharing your photos in our stories. We're sharing your videos, your experience with the products, your parenting anecdotes. And we also do completely separate little giveaways and fun things over there as well. So if you are an Instagram user, please make sure you're following us. It's just at Kia Babies. If you would like to invite others to join us every week, if you have a mom to be or a dad to be or moms or dad friends in your life that you think would enjoy these, and you talk about Kia Babies products with them and you want them to know what you're talking about, and also be able to take advantage of our deals and promotions and things, then share this live stream video with anyone you can think of, because the more the merrier every week. Okay, so all of that aside, we've been on for about 15 minutes now, and you guys have been just listening to me talk. I think we're going to go ahead and jump into talking about this pillow, which I'm really excited to have my hands on, because as I said at the start of this, I do have a toddler daughter. She's 14 months old. She is not yet using a pillow, but I think we are kind of getting close to approaching that point where I'm going to be comfortable introducing one. And I'll talk a little bit about that. I feel like based on all of the research I've done, there's no better pillow to kick it off with than the Kia Babies toddler pillow. And a few reasons for that. So first of all, this pillow here comes with the shell and casing underneath, so the actual pillow, and then also the pillowcase. So that's really important to note because we also have just a 2-pack of plain pillows. So that would be like if you need to, purchase additional pillows. And then you can buy the cases separately. And we're going to talk about all those different products. So, but you do have the option though to just go ahead and shop a pillow and case that comes just all together in one package. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. And so this color and pattern here is called Kia 123. And I want to show you the other super cutie ones that we have on promotion, 10% off tonight. So this one is called Donuts. And I'll actually kind of, as I'm talking, swap these out so that you get a good look at everything. Like, look how cute and sweet that is. I love these like nice neutral subdued tones. So this one is Donuts. So let's talk a little bit about the features. So the first thing that I noticed when I pulled the pillow out of the box is, as with every Kia Babies product I touch, no joke, the first thing I do is I always just like feel them with my hands, and I put my face on everything that Kia Babies makes and sends to me, and just have a beautiful sensory experience, because Kia Babies makes the absolute softest items on the planet. So I always feel super, super comfortable having my daughter's, face and skin touching, rubbing up against Kia Babies products. She has very sensitive skin. She's a little bit eczema prone. So I have to be really mindful of the materials that I let come in contact with her for sleep sacks, bedding, things like that. Never have to worry about that with Kia Babies. So this pillowcase is exceptionally soft. It is 100% cotton. So it's nice and light and airy and breathable. I like to always kind of, anything that my daughter's going to have her face up against. I do the breath test, which if you've ever joined us before, you guys have seen me do this. But I'll just kind of take the pillowcase and make sure that I can take a good deep breath. It's easy to get air in, and I can feel the air come out on the other side. That's how I know that, if she were to get her face kind of pressed into this, she's going to be able to breathe through it. And she's not going to get, overheated or super hot or sweaty using this. So wanted to point that out about the pillowcase. Inside, we have the pillow, which is made of a really high quality ball fiber. And so what that means is if you kind of take the pillow and you squish it around in your hands, it's very, very plush, puffy, very easily malleable with your hands, but you can feel that as soon as you kind of crinkle it up like this and let go, it immediately kind of pops and bubbles right back into its original shape. So this is something that, your toddler is going to be able to sleep on for a long time. They're going to be able to toss and turn, snuggle up to it, all the things that, toddlers do. It's going to be able to take a lot of abuse. And it's still going to maintain its fluffiness and its shape, and it's still going to be super, super supportive. So that's really important. Both the pillowcase and the pillow itself are both machine washable, which is super, super important in my world. Being a toddler mom, I just really don't have time for anything that requires, dry cleaning by hand, things that have to be washed completely by themselves, just all of those kind of like special care things. I don't have the time. It will fall off my radar. I will forget. And then, my daughter will just never, ever have clean laundry or clean bedding. And that's just the way it is. So anything that I use for her has to be machine washable for me. It has to be able to just be thrown into my laundry on laundry day and, come out nice and clean and ready to use again quickly. So not going to have to worry about that with the pillowcase or the pillow, which is really cool. So the pillowcase, just like, your normal laundry, you would just wash it on cold and then tumble it dry on low heat. And now for the pillow itself, you will want to put this into a laundry bag. before you wash. Again, just toss it into your washer, wash it on cold. And then what I would actually do is take it out of the washer, kind of mold it, back into shape a little bit with my hands. And then this needs to really like sit out to air dry. And the recommended amount of washing is you want to be washing the pillowcase weekly. So once a week is fine, unless it gets, kind of yucky or stinky. Of course, you can wash it, as you need to. The pillow itself, you really only need to wash every 1 to 2 months. Again, unless something, happens to it, and, you need to clean it sooner than that, of course, do that. But just like the general care and maintenance is you only need to throw the pillow in the washer every 1 to 2 months. So love, love, love that. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of having a toddler sleep with a pillow. I know it can be kind of daunting. I'll actually switch out real quick so that you can see another color and pattern that we have. This is called nautical, and I'll show you the close-up because it's pretty self-explanatory why it would be called that, right? Nice and beachy. We've got dolphins, ships, fish, anchors, super, super cute. I think this would be really cute in a little boy's room. Yeah, so I know that it can be, kind of stressful maybe and confusing to figure out when exactly you should introduce something like a pillow for your toddler. Because, we're just constantly told the safe sleep guidelines for infants is that, they should sleep on nothing but a firm mattress with just a very tight-fitting, fitted sheet, no extra bedding, no pillows, no blankets, no loveys, anything like that. And the sort of recommended guideline of when to introduce something like a pillow is a little bit nebulous, actually. So you will notice when you order one of these that this Kia baby says that their pillow is appropriate for ages kind of 2 to 5. And I think that's a really safe age range to give where, you really wouldn't have a pediatrician telling you that it's not advisable to introduce a pillow between the ages of 2 and 5. So I really, really like that that's the suggested age. However, the American Academy of Pediatrics says that you can start to introduce a small, thin pillow. So that's very important. You want a toddler pillow to be on the firmer side, starting at about 1.5 years, so 18 months. My daughter at 14 months is kind of, approaching that, up to 2 years of age. And, 2 years of age is preferable. So that's what they will say. I've read a lot of reviews actually on the Kia Baby's website when I was seeing just kind of what the customer feedback was about the toddler pillow, sort of the age range that we were looking at there. And, a lot of parents on there, had 18-month-olds, 19-month-olds, saying that their babies, when they kind of hit around, 12, 13 months or so, started getting kind of tossy and turny in the night. Some parents were even saying that it kind of seemed like their babies sort of would wake up seeming like their neck was uncomfortable. And so they had, talked to their pediatricians about maybe introducing a pillow around, 1.5 years to see if that would help baby sleep more soundly. Pediatrician gave the go-ahead. They tried the Kia Baby's toddler pillow, and it helped baby get much, much better sleep. So, we do have anecdotal evidence that an ergonomically designed pillow that supports baby's neck and kind of cervical spine can actually help babies get a better night's sleep. And when I say babies, I should be saying toddlers because we are talking about toddlers. So again, I actually think that the kind of 18-month mark is probably an appropriate time if you feel like introducing a pillow is something that your toddler might enjoy. If you are doing something like transitioning baby out of the crib and into something like a toddler bed on the early side or a floor bed, which we just recently did with my daughter, and she is a little bit on the young side for it. But it was kind of a Montessori thing that we decided to try, and she has taken to it swimmingly. And so I can talk a little bit about the safe guidelines for something like that a little bit in this live stream if you would like. Yeah, so I'm really excited to, in the next few months, introduce Sophia to this one. And so I do love that it is very low profile. It is very thin. Probably you or I as adults would want something a little more substantial for a pillow, but just keep in mind that this is safe and ergonomically designed for little bodies. So it makes just the perfect toddler pillow in my mind. So let's talk about the size a little bit. So this was actually kind of designed with the idea in mind that a toddler is probably still sleeping in a crib at the time that you are introducing a pillow for the first time. If you are doing, 18 months or 2 years or so, maybe you haven't transitioned baby to a toddler bed yet. So it needs to fit inside the crib, right? So it is, sized a little bit on the smaller side, which I actually think is fantastic. It's great for if baby is napping at daycare or preschool or something like that. Again, I keep saying baby. I will call my daughter a baby like until she's, an old lady. So just remember, I'm talking about toddlers when I say that. But so yes, if your toddler goes off to daycare or preschool and that's where they nap, and you want this pillow to travel with them, this also makes a great travel pillow. It can go into a backpack. It's easy to just carry and store in a cubby at daycare or something like that. So again, that's why the kind of smaller size and lower profile really comes in handy with this pillow. This would absolutely be something we would take on a trip because it's not going to take up a lot of room in the car or something like that. And so speaking of taking it to daycare, there's a really neat little feature here on the tag. You'll see this. This says, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but this pillow belongs to, and then there's a blank line there for you to fill in baby's name. So just like take a pen or a Sharpie marker, and you can actually write baby's name right here. And so this is not going to get confused with anybody else's pillow at daycare or anything like that. If this gets, lost or something like that, it's going to be very easy to identify who it belongs to. And I just think that is a really, really practical and super cute idea. So love that about this pillowcase as well. Okay, so let's just talk really quickly about some safe sleep guidelines. And then that'll also give me a chance to show you the other pattern that we have on promotion for 10% off tonight. I actually love this one. This is called Fantasy. I always want to call it unicorns because it does have unicorns on it, but it's not unicorns. This one is called Fantasy, and I'll show it to you up close. I think this is definitely the one I'm going to use for my daughter, Sophia. It kind of fits in really nicely with her room and her bedding that she already has. Okay, so if you still have your toddler in a crib, that's totally normal and fine. It is actually recommended up until like 2 or 3 years of age. And it's going to be all of the same kind of safety guidelines that you would follow for an infant sleeping in the crib. So you're going to want to keep their room on the cool side, right? So between 68 and 72 degrees so that you don't have to worry about them overheating or anything like that. Once baby hits the 12-month mark, the risk of SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, decreases fairly significantly. But of course, safety is still something that we have to keep, in the forefront of our mind once baby starts sleeping in their own room and just having a little bit more nighttime independence. So you're still going to be following the guideline of a nice tight fitted sheet over the crib mattress. The crib mattress should be nice and firm. You should make sure that it fits really well inside the crib frame. You don't want any big gaps or anything like that baby could kind of put a limb into or get their face into, anything like that. Now, when you can start introducing extra bedding, like let's say maybe a top sheet, if you feel like baby needs it either for extra warmth or just for comfort, to kind of use their sheet as sort of a lovey type item, I know I actually have a habit when I'm falling asleep at night. I will actually kind of play with the corner of my pillowcase or the very top of my sheet. It's something that my parents and grandparents love to tell me that I have done since I was very little, and it's something I've carried over into adulthood. So, very common for toddlers, kind of once they hit that year and a half mark, to start needing some type of comfort item at night. They usually are starting to kind of transition away from, sleeping in your room, sleeping in if you have a sidecar attachment to your bed. Some separation anxiety can spike around this time. And so just having something that they can kind of twiddle with their hands, but that doesn't pose a suffocation hazard is, usually necessary and perfectly acceptable once you hit kind of the 18-month mark. Now, I do want to say that that's the American Academy of Pediatrics guidelines. And I don't know where everyone is tuning in from, but I know that, over in the UK, this is just coming from talking to a friend of mine actually about toddler sleep recently who is living in the UK, that guideline is 12 months is when you can introduce kind of some extra things like a nice fitted top sheet, a small lovey, a thin pillow. So just remember, these guidelines are a little bit nebulous, but you always want to know what the guideline is so that you can make the best and safest decision for your toddler and your family. Yeah, those are the safe sleep guidelines for toddler continuing to sleep in a crib. And of course, you want to make sure that you have the mattress on the very lowest setting because, toddlers are adventurous little things. And they're, starting to be able to pull up, stand up. A lot of them are walking. They can start climbing over things, maybe getting curious about their surroundings at night. And you don't want any kind of falling over the crib railing mishaps or anything like that. Always kind of keep a height check because I'm telling you, there have been so many times where I have put Sophia to bed in a pair of perfectly fitting footy pajamas. And I swear the next morning, her toes have been like busting out the end. Growth spurts just happen, right? So just always make sure that you're kind of doing a height check to make sure that the height of your mattress is still safe and that baby can't, climb over the top of the crib rail and accidentally fall out or anything crazy like that. Now, my daughter has transitioned to a floor bed. Now, she is 14 months old, and this is very new development in the last month. That is a little bit maybe atypical, I feel like, here in American culture. But in other places, that's a really standard sleeping arrangement, is to, have baby sleeping on a nice, firm floor surface. So basically what happened with us is my daughter had a lot of trouble kind of transitioning out of our bedroom. Now, personally, I love having her near, so I would have let her sleep with us forever. But I was really having trouble getting good sleep at night with her in our bedroom. Just kind of the bigger she got and the more noise she can make at night, and she's flippy and floppy. I just like every little thing would set off my anxiety and thought, you know what, she's a year old now, like let's transition her kind of into her big girl room, which is just across the hall. I could literally like throw a pair of socks and they would land in her bedroom. So she's still super close. I just wanted to start experimenting with it to see if we would both get better sleep if she slept in her own room. And that has proven true. We're both getting great sleep now. But she did have a little bit of trouble kind of being away from us at night at first. And so as soon as I would rock her to sleep at night, and as soon as I would do that crib transfer, she knew that meant that I was leaving. She did not feel my body anymore. And she would just wake up immediately in an absolute panic. And it was really, really hard to get her resettled. So that was one thing where I was like, I really, really would like a different, sleeping surface that I could transfer her into a little bit more easily than this super tall crib, right? So that kind of got me on the researching toddler beds and floor beds train. Then, so she was still in her crib, and something else that she started doing is, she's a very wild sleeper. And so multiple times a night, and I mean like once an hour, she would roll in such a way that she would end up against the sides of her crib, like pressed against the bars, and that would wake her up because it was uncomfortable and it would make her really, really angry. So we were having hourly wakes. And I gave this, a few months to kind of shake itself out, and it just never did. So I kind of made the decision with my husband that I really would like to try a different sleeping surface for her. So we did a lot of research. We found a toddler safe mattress, which really just means it's almost like a tatami mat. It's really not much thicker than that just, sits on the floor. So that if she were to roll off, which we have not had any rolling off incidents, by the way, she's gonna be 1 inch off the ground. She's not gonna injure herself. Made sure that it was, super firm. It met the same standards as what's considered safe for a crib mattress. So same firmness, and we did the same thing, just a super tight fitted sheet, and no extra bedding right now. So that's what she currently sleeps in. She sleeps in a sleep sack to keep her nice and warm since she can't have a blanket yet. And the only pillow that is allowed in her bed is if she has a night wake and she calls out for me in the night, I do get up and I go lay in her room with her, and I kind of rub her back, just snuggle with her until I feel, comfortable leaving again, like she's kind of settled back down and can, sleep independently. And so if I need to go in there and lie down for an extended period of time, I will take my pillow in there and then pull it back out when I'm done. So if that sounds like something that you would like to explore, just a few things to keep in mind. You're going to want to do your research on mattresses. Make sure that, the mattress is only 1 inch or 2 off of the ground, preferably. If you're transitioning a younger baby like mine, she's 14 months. You want to make sure that it's kind of crib mattress standard firmness. And wherever you place the toddler bed in the room. So I know you'll find a lot of information saying that you should kind of put it into a corner so that baby kind of can use the wall on 2 sides as sort of a built-in rail. There is research that says that's, not actually ideal because it is possible that babies or toddlers can kind of wedge themselves in between the mattress and the wall, and that can pose a suffocation risk. So you actually want to make sure that there's a little bit of a gap of like 2 to 3 inches on each side. So just make sure you're keeping things like that in mind. There are tons of books about this. Anything written about the Montessori philosophy is going to talk about floor beds for toddlers. And if you have any questions that I can answer, please drop them in the chat. I'm happy to talk about that with you. But that being said, because my daughter is already in a floor bed, it just makes me extra excited to be able to, in the next couple of months, introduce the pillow. I think, she likes kind of laying on my pillow with me when I'm in there. She does like kind of propping her head up on my body at night. So I think that a pillow is going to be a really nice addition for her. I think it's going to be like a nice, comforting kind of lovey item and something that is going to help her get, even better sleep than she's getting now. So super excited to introduce that. And with that said, we are going to move along to the other options that you have for purchasing the toddler pillow from Kia Babies. So I actually have a little unboxing to do with you. And so here's the My Little Dreamy Pillow 2-pack. So this is going to be if you want to purchase, additional pillows, or you need 2 and you don't want to buy 2 singles, you can just buy the 2-pack. Now, please note that these don't come with an included pillowcase. So you would shop the pillowcase separately. And the reason I wanted to do a little unboxing of this one is because the 2-pack of pillows comes vacuum sealed. So I don't know if you were looking at this box and thinking, that's a really small box for 2 toddler pillows. That's why. And so I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So here it is. So it comes vacuum sealed like this, right? So they're actually completely flat when you purchase them. And why that's important is when you open this up, so we're actually going to open it up together and just like go through the whole experience as if I'm purchasing this for the first time. I'm going to cut it open. I can hear all the air escaping. You're going to want to pull these out. And it's important to note that you're not going to be able to use these immediately. So that's just the thing that I wanted to go over with you and do the unboxing with you to show you what it looks like and what you would do with it. So you see how they're super flat? If you actually just let these sit out on a flat surface for 2 to 3 days, they will slowly kind of expand and puff themselves up and form into shape. Again, they have that nice ball fiber inside, so that's what allows that to kind of pop and mold and bubble up into the shape that you want it to be. So I just wanted you to make note of that in case you decide to purchase the 2-pack. So again, the pillowcases would be sold separately, and just like with anything that has been in packaging or boxed up and is something that you kind of have to set aside for a few days to let it sort of air out, you're also going to want to let it off gas a little bit. And all I mean by that is there's just like the tiniest bit of a packaging smell. So make sure that before you use these, you put them in, remember they're machine washable, you put them in a laundry bag and go ahead and wash them before you use. So machine wash on cold, and then take them out of the washer, kind of fluff them back into shape with your hands, and then just let them sit out and air dry. So if you order these, just allow yourself a little bit of time to kind of get all that prep work done before you use them. But they are going to inflate to exactly what you saw right here. And so, you know, all the same wonderful, wonderful qualities of the pillows we just talked about. It's exactly the same thing, just comes in a vacuum sealed 2-pack. And of course, this is eligible for the 10% off promotion tonight. Everything we're talking about during this live stream is eligible. And I'm just going to hop on the chat real quick. So all you have to do to take advantage of the 10% off is hit the claim button in the banner below this video, and that will send the promotion automatically to your cart. And then you just need to complete your transaction, and the 10% off will automatically come off. No special code that you have to enter, nothing like that. Let's see, because this is a thank you for tuning into our live stream. The deal will eventually expire, and that is 1 hour after the end of this live stream. So if you're sticking around to the end, yes, Brittany, yes, washing before use for sure. Yeah, if you plan to stick around until the end before you actually do your shopping, which is totally great, just don't forget that you need to actually close out your cart within 1 hour of the end of the stream to get that 10% off. So let's see. Just seeing who all has joined us. Hi, Lacey. Welcome back. Hi, Stephanie, Sarah, Ashley. So happy to see these names I recognize. Love that you guys are chatting back and forth. Okay, so that's the 2-pack. Let's talk about, so if you just want to buy the pillowcases separate. Now, I'm going to show you the ones that we have on promotion tonight for the 10% off, but I would also recommend you guys checking out, you know, Kia Baby's website to see all of the colors and patterns available, because they're so stinking adorable. Let me see. Okay, so the ones we have on promotion. So if you wanted to say like buy the either 2-pack of pillows and then buy your cases separately, you know, to kind of mix and match, or, you know, do whatever you want with that. You can purchase just the pillowcases, or if you just need to like purchase additional ones so that you can kind of regularly be switching them out, if that's something you want to do, the cases are sold separately. So what we have on promotion is this one. It's called Vroom. Super cute. Got a bunch of different cars on it. Old-fashioned cars, race cars. Really, really precious. My daughter is actually really into cars and trucks. So I feel like this would also be like a really cute option for her. And then we have this one called Unicorn Dreams, which she's obsessed with unicorns in true little girl fashion. It starts early, which is just these super cute unicorns. You've got clouds, the little Kia baby parent, and they are sleeping and dreaming. So super, super sweet. So again, these pillowcases are eligible for the 10% off as well tonight. And so you can shop these right here. Just browse them below in the carousel. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about bedtime routine for a toddler. And I have found now the sample size is really small because I'm basing this only on my daughter, right? So she's just one toddler, and I'm a first-time mom, so this is my first go-round with toddler sleep. But when she was an infant, she needed a really, really soothing, relaxing bedtime routine. We would do her nice warm bath on bath nights. And as soon as we pulled her out of the bath, we would have the lighting really dim. The song that we sang to her was really soft and sweet, like kind of in this voice, very slowed down version of "You Are My Sunshine." Just everything had to be very zen for her to kind of feel comfortable and get sleepy. Well, now that she is a toddler, she kind of has some steam to blow off at the end of the night. So again, this may not apply to your toddler, but I'm just throwing it out there in case your, kind of bedtime routine that you've established in infanthood is suddenly like not working once baby hits kind of 12, 13 months, because that's what happened to us, really around like 11 or 12 months. And so now our bedtime routine is a little bit different. So after we eat dinner in the evenings, my husband and I make sure to get our daughter Sophia outside one more time. I am home with her during the day. My husband works from home also, but he's kind of down in his little office bunker in the basement for most of the day. And I do freelance social media work, so I'm able, it's a real blessing that I'm able to stay home with her during the day. So she loves going outside. It's very regulating for her. When she's kind of having a hard day or she's having a meltdown, I take her outside. I take her for a walk. So we make sure to do that with her one more time in the evening, kind of as we're wanting her to transition to the kind of bedtime vibe. We get her outside for a nice long walk, just one more time. Then we come inside, we do her bath. Whereas it used to be like this super kind of like spa relaxing experience, now she's got a ton of bath toys. She likes to play and splash. Sometimes we'll even like have music playing when she gets out. We now kind of dry her off and dress her in the living room because that's just where she likes to be. And she, she kind of will do things like she likes to try and brush her own hair. We brush her teeth and we sing a little brush your teeth song. We let her have just like a few more minutes as we're kind of preparing her bedroom for sleep. A few more minutes of playtime. She can, pull out a couple of toys. She can pull out a book and she'll just kind of flip through a board book by herself and that kind of thing. Let her kind of do that. Then we take her back to her bedroom. We put her in her sleep bag, which the one that, or sleep sack, and the one that we use is the Kia Baby's Soothe sleep bag. And by far the best one we've used, the one that she seems the most comfortable in, doesn't get overheated in, and actually gets her best sleep in. And it's the next item that we're going to talk about. So that's where I'm going with this, kind of segueing into how this is part of our bedtime routine. And it is available for the 10% promotion tonight. And it comes in 3 sizes, the small, medium, and large. The one I have for you right here is the small, just because my daughter kind of interchanges sleeping in the medium and the large. because she can fit nicely into both of them. They're both comfortable for her. So they are upstairs in her room where she's sleeping. So this is the one that would be appropriate for babies 0 to 6 months. But do keep in mind that it comes in 3 different sizes. So for a toddler, I would recommend either the medium or the large. And you can look at all the details there if you just browse in the carousel. So I am going to talk a little bit about this in just a second. But yeah, so back to the nighttime routine. We take her back to her room. She gets into her sleep sack. She has animal pictures on the wall. She waves goodnight to each of those. She likes for us to pick her up sometimes and like let her boop each one on the nose. She has come up with that little part of her routine all by herself. But man, if you forget it one night, like she will let you know. Then we read her kind of a fun, happy story. And then we sing to her, we sing You Are My Sunshine, but it's kind of our like remixed version of it now. Like, you know, I take the high part and like dad does the like bass harmony. Sometimes we'll add like a little beatbox in. She'll actually sometimes like bop and dance to it. It's just a much more kind of energetic nighttime routine, and it's really, really working for her. Like some of you out there might be like, girl, this sounds crazy. Like this would stimulate my kid and like keep them up. And that may be so, but just throwing out an alternative to the super, super like Zen quiet routine. Just because again, I feel like toddlers are just, so much is happening to their brain, to their bodies. They, you know, are just like growing up by the second, learning lots of new words, lots of new language. They're, you know, they're thinking all the time. They're like little balls of motion, little balls of energy. And I do really feel like my daughter at least kind of has to blow off steam at the end of the night before she kind of exhausts herself into, you know, a sleepy state where she can like start to relax and drift off. She needs that little bit of kind of activity at the end of the night. So there's a lightning bug in here that just scared me to death. So if you see that, I apologize. So I did want to share actually a couple of books that we love for her right now that kind of go along with that kind of happier, jauntier routine. She loves this one, the 10 Little Fingers and 10 Little Toes. And the reason she loves it is because it kind of is a little bit like an activity that she gets to do, because it just talks about how babies born all over the world might look different, might come from different cultures, but at the end of the day, they all have fingers and 10 little toes. And so what she likes for us to do is actually count her fingers and count her toes. And she can't exactly count yet, but she will like point to them and say her little kind of, you know, nonsense words for numbers, and likes to kind of pretend that she's counting her fingers and toes as well. So this is a really good kind of activity book if you want to try the sort of more energetic nighttime routine. And then the other one is called Press Here, and it looks like this. And again, this is really nothing but activity. So she has to press the dot, and the page can't turn unless you press the dot. Then you have to press 2 dots. And it basically goes through, eventually you'll rub the dots, you'll tap the dots, you'll blow on the dots. She has so much fun with this. And she just loves it. So it's become like a really enjoyable, entertaining part of all of our nighttime routine. And again, it's just something that kind of helps her get her kinetic energy out, her mental energy out, and kind of just helps her unwind before she gets sleepy. So those are some good options for nighttime books that are a little non-traditional for a bedtime story, but something, if you wanted to try this type of bedtime routine for your toddler, is something that they might really enjoy. So did just want to talk about that. So let's get back to this sleep bag. I said it's my favorite. It's absolutely true. So first of all, again, you know what I'm going to say. It's 100% cotton, and it is the softest thing in the world. So there is no kind of scratching, chafing. Sophia does not get uncomfortable in this. The way that it's designed here, it's nice and roomy. So what I find is something that we were running into with other sleep sacks is if her legs are at all kind of constricted, that will wake her up and piss her off. So I like that she has plenty of room to kind of move around inside this. And it kind of just molds and moves with her. It does not constrict her hips or legs, which is also really important for avoiding hip dysplasia. So that's something that you want to look for in a sleep sack. And also, like, it's nice and long. Everything that Kia Babies makes, I have noticed, is kind of sized a little bit large, which actually works great for us because, first of all, it means you're going to be able to use it for a long time. And also, baby's going to be super comfortable in it, right? Like, they're going to have room to grow, and Sophia can kind of kick her legs out and still, be super comfortable in this. It's nice and light and airy, so she doesn't overheat. And the other thing that I love about it is that it actually zips. See how it opens all the way, almost like a vest? So you would close this over baby, and it zips around baby's body instead of straight up down the middle. And honestly, that just makes putting her in it and putting it on so much easier. It's something that if you haven't tried the sleep bag, you're just going to have to experience for yourself. I can't explain why it's easier, but to just follow kind of the outline of baby's body, and she can even kind of be wiggling around. I can still get it closed. I'm not having to kind of like figure it out in the middle at the top and like figure out where the zipper connects and all of that. It just makes getting her into it a snap. I also love that these snaps at the top that go over the shoulders are size adjustable. So if you need it a little wider, you can put it on this further clip here. And if you need it a little bit more snug, you've got that kind of second snap to snap it into. Okay, so yes, I did look at the time. I did. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway. What was the title of the last book? It's called Press Here. And it just had that little yellow button on the front. Love it. It looks like, I don't know why they chose this font for the author's name, but Henri Toulet or Toulet, it looks like, is the author. But that's what it looks like. Great book. So much fun. So if we want to go ahead and select our giveaway winner, Kaylee. Yay, congratulations, Kaylee. You are going home with, what did I do with it? Our Kia 123 toddler pillow. I hope you love it. I hope you get tons of use out of it. All you need to do to redeem your free pillow is send an email to ask@kiababies.com. So that's ask, like ask a question, @kiababies.com. And let us know that you are the giveaway winner. Give us your Amazon username and we will get that shipped out to you ASAP. Congratulations. So Kaylee, hopefully you caught that. If you have any questions or you need me to repeat anything, just drop that in the chat. And I will be happy to repeat anything you need. All right, so really quickly, while we have just a couple of minutes left, let's talk about the final item that is 10% off tonight, and it is the fitted crib sheet. Now, hold on, I'm gonna wheel it out because I've got it on my handy little garment rack. This poor thing, still broken, still ugly, but still doing its job, right? So this is the Kia Babies jersey cotton fitted crib sheet. It was when we were still using a crib, so obviously we don't have this on my daughter's floor bed at this time, but we only transitioned away from using this just in the last month. By far the softest, again, everything Kia Baby, so soft. It is a buttery, soft, fitted crib sheet. So you don't have to worry about baby rubbing up against it, it being rough against baby skin, and it's the softest thing in the world. It's jersey cotton, which means that it's super light, airy, and breathable. So again, I always do kind of the breath test with anything like this, and I have no trouble taking a good deep breath in through the material and breathing out and actually feeling the air on my hand on the other side. So Sophia When I switched her to using the Soothe sleep bag and this fitted crib sheet, we had no more kind of random wake ups in the night where the only thing that I could kind of tell might be wrong with her is that she, like here in her hairline was a little bit sweaty. Her hair would be a little matted with sweat, excuse me, or her chest would be a little bit sweaty and she would just feel kind of clammy. We didn't have any of that once I switched to using those two things in her crib. So super light, airy, breathable. Again, super easy care instructions. The fitted crib sheet is machine washable, just like your normal laundry. I would wash in cold, then tumble dry on low heat. It doesn't require fabric softener, so I wouldn't use fabric softener. It doesn't need it. Super, super soft. And the other thing I loved about this is you can change these crib sheets in literally 2 seconds, and I'm not exaggerating. It uses something called Snug Fit technology, and basically what that means, it sounds like something I'm making up, but it's really not. It just contours super easily to kind of any shape or kind of special, corners or contours that your mattress might have. So it's just going to kind of cling on. It's the outside of it is like nice and roomy. It has really great stretch. So you're not like struggling so hard to get it from one corner to the other. And you're like, I mean, it says that it was size, such and such, and yet it doesn't fit my mattress. I don't understand why this is so hard to get on and off. Super, super easy. Just fits like a glove, literally like it was custom made to my crib mattress. And so if you look through the reviews kind of on Kia Baby's website, you will see that that's one of the big things that lots of other parents say about it as well, is that the fit is amazing. So that is the fitted crib sheet. It comes in this 2-pack. You've got this gray woodland pattern. I will show you these up close. Again, in true Julia fashion, I'm like right up at the end of our time together. And I know you guys have your evenings to get to. You probably are still, on the clock with your parenting duties. So there's this super cute, nice neutral white woodland pattern here with the Kia Baby's parrot logo on it and some other little woodland creature friends. And then this kind of gray. I always love Kia Baby's shades of gray. I just think they're so, so nice. And beautiful, this kind of like camping setting with mountains and trees and rainbows. So cannot go wrong with these crib sheets. I know I didn't spend a whole lot of time on them, but I've talked about them a few times before, and really they sell themselves. Just know how soft they are, how light, breathable, airy. Baby is not going to overheat, and they fit your mattress like a dream. Super easy to take on, take off, super easy to wash. Just throw them in your laundry, tumble them dry on low. So they are 10% off tonight, as is everything else that we talked about. If you have any questions about that before we kind of jet off, please drop them in the chat. All you guys have to do to take advantage of that 10% off is click the claim button in the banner below this video. There is still time to shop. Put all the items you want in your cart, and just when you close out your transaction, the 10% will automatically come off. And please, if you are not already following us here on Amazon Live, go ahead and give us a follow. And this deal will expire kind of 1 hour after we sign off here tonight. So make sure you get to your shopping. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy bedtime with your kids. Enjoy your sweet toddlers. It's a really, really fun time. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us tonight. We do this every Wednesday, same time, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern time. I know I love it. Love all you guys for being here. I think I'm going to let you all get back to your evenings, and hopefully we will see you next time. Congratulations, Kaylee. And yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Until next time. Thank you so much, Irene, for all of your help in doing all the heavy lifting on the back end. Always great to hang out with you guys from Kia Babies as well. All right. Good night, everybody.